What's up, guys? If you want to be part of the Anime Justice League channel overall and you want to submit your video so that it can be featured on our channel like this one does, just email us at animejusticeleague@yahoo.com or leave your comments in the comment section below and we will reach out to you and hopefully we'll get your video on the Anime Justice League channel, which will be beneficial for you as well as for us. Exposure for you, and we get content on here. So if you want that, just reach out to us. It's very easy. Now enjoy the video.
Hey guys, how's it going? Now, anime is a medium that is full of different genres and themes, but anyone who watches a lot of anime will know that it can often be very immature and childish. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but some people prefer anime that are more mature and serious. Unfortunately, these kind of series can be very hard to find at times, especially when there are some anime that try to be mature but end up being more ridiculous and childish than anything. So I compiled a list of my personal top 10 best mature anime. Of course, this list is just my personal opinion, everyone has their own opinion, but with that out of the way, let's go ahead and begin. First up, we have Fate Zero, a series that has beautiful artwork and animation with a very interesting battle royale type of premise with many twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat towards the end. The series uses historical characters such as Gilgamesh and Alexander the Great, and it puts these characters in a modern setting, which really made the anime pique my interest. The only major problems I have with this series is that the pacing is very inconsistent, ranging from incredibly slow to incredibly fast, and that the ending doesn't offer great closure. But with all that being said, this is still a series that I would highly recommend you watch, and is definitely worth watching and worth your time. Next up, we have Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. Now, Ghost in the Shell is one of the most successful franchises in the history of the anime industry, and I feel that Standalone Complex is the best series the franchise has to offer. It's an incredibly well done action series that takes place in a futuristic setting with great animation for its time and one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in all of anime. If you like action anime, then this is definitely an anime you need to watch, though warning, it is very episodic and can be a bit slow paced at times, but nonetheless it's still incredibly well done and I would highly recommend you at least try it. At the number 8 spot, we have Jinro the Wolf Brigade. Now, this is one of the most underrated anime movies of all time, in my personal opinion. It is just a very, very good film. It's a very dark film as well. It has very dark themes such as suicidal bombing and oppressive government, and it can be a bit slow paced at times, but my god, this is a beautiful film in my opinion. It's really well done. It's worth watching. If you like dark movies or any anime movies at all, just check it out. It's very, very good. Now we have Legend of the Galactic Heroes. This is one of the most well-written and deep stories I've ever seen in not only anime, but in all forms of fiction. Both the plot and characters are just incredibly well done, and it blew me away with the level of depth and development that was put into them. But unfortunately, there is a major problem with this anime, and that is the pacing and entertainment value it has. The series is very long, and the pacing is incredibly slow at times, and it is just not very entertaining most of the time. You have to have a ton of patience with the series, and not everyone has that. You have to sit through hours of dialogue and build up, so this is only a series that people with a ton of patience can really enjoy. Next we have Kara no Kyokai, a series of movies that will mess with your mind a little bit, and that's mainly because the series is completely out of order. The first movie does not begin the series, and the second movie does not follow the first movie. You're going to be confused until about the fourth movie, but it's all worth it in the end. The series has beautiful animation, an interesting plot, and a great soundtrack. But unfortunately, like I said with the Galactic Hero series, you have to have quite a bit of patience with this series, and that's mainly because of the order the movies are presented in. And no, you cannot just watch it in the correct order, you have to watch it in the order that the movies are in. But when it's all said and done, this is a very good series, and the fifth movie in the series is one of the best anime movies of all time, in my opinion. At number 5, we have Monster, a brilliant thriller series that follows a man's journey towards stopping a monster. Of course, the monster is not actually a monster, but just a human being, but this human being is one of the most evil yet interesting villains in all of anime. The series is a masterpiece in my opinion, keeping me on the edge of my seat every episode, which is exactly what a thriller is meant to do. The characters are very interesting, the plot's interesting, it never seemed to bore me, and yes, this series is a bit slow-paced and is 74 episodes long, and that can be off-putting to most people, but either way, I recommend this series to anyone who wants a good thriller series, and yes, even if you don't have good patience, I still recommend you watch it. Next, we have Ergo Proxy, one of the most odd-looking anime series I've ever seen. The artwork, the setting, even the plot all seemed strange at first, but as I started to watch it, I couldn't help but feel impressed at what I was watching. The series has a complex plot to it, great characters, some great animation for its time, and it all just felt incredibly unique and interesting. Nothing felt like I had seen it somewhere else beforehand, and it all felt new, and that's something that's hard to find in anime. But not only did it feel new, but it also felt brilliant as well. Now we have Cowboy Bebop. It's Cowboy Bebop. If you know anything about anime, then you've probably heard it somewhere before, and you probably know how highly praised it is. I don't think I need to say a lot about it because of how much people have already praised it, and there's no point in me even explaining it. It's a great series. It's one of the best anime of all time. Tons of people have said it before, and I'm just saying it again. If you haven't watched it, or at least tried it yet, you really need to watch it and at least try it. It is one of the best anime of all time, and I don't think there's too much argument against that. At the number 2 spot, we have one of the most dark animes I have ever seen, and it is known as Techno Lies. The series will ask you a lot of questions. Most of the questions will make you feel very uncomfortable, and it's just a very thought-provoking series, and it's definitely not a series for everyone. I don't even know if I would recommend this to most people, but if you can handle an incredibly dark and depressing setting, then you will have, in my opinion, a masterpiece of an anime. The Rurouni Kenshin series is not a very mature series whatsoever, but something happened in February 1999. A prequel to the series began airing known as Samurai X Trust and Betrayal, and with it came a whole new level of seriousness and maturity that the original series did not have. Samurai X Trust and Betrayal can be watched without having seen the Rurouni Kenshin series, and I like to think of it as being a completely different series because of how different the two are in terms of maturity, but a big reason I put Samurai X at the number 1 spot is not only because of it being an incredibly good anime, but also because of it changing what the Rurouni Kenshin series was. The series was almost a typical shonen in terms of the level of seriousness and comedy put into it, but Samurai X made it deeper, more serious, and more thought-provoking. And because of this, I feel that Samurai X is the best mature anime of all time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Just another reminder that this list was just my personal opinion, and that I know I may have left some great anime off this list, but I had a very difficult time trying to choose this list, and even choosing the order on this list was very difficult for me. But if you have your own personal list, then by all means post it in the comments section. But that is all for this video. Thanks for watching again, guys, and see you guys later.